Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Don't Miss This on Paris Underground Radio. I'm your host, Jennifer Garrity, with a quick roundup of the best of what's happening in Paris this week. This week's edition of Don't Miss This covers the week of October 31st through November 5th, 2021. Happy Halloween! Growing up, Halloween was my favorite holiday. Now it's shifted more towards Thanksgiving, but I'm chalking that up to moving overseas and not to the wisdom of age. In addition to being Halloween and a pedestrian-only day on the Champs-Élysées, we have also fallen back an hour for daylight savings time, gaining us one more hour of the day. Whether you used it to dance late into the night, or sleep late this morning, or both, there are many exciting options for what to do with the rest of your day. Before we get into our nighttime Halloween activities, let's take a look at what's happening during daylight hours on Sunday, October 31st. Are you a fan of Hayao Miyazaki and his films, like Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, Princess Mononoke, and Howl's Moving Castle? Well, head over to the 11th arrondissement for the 6th edition of the Château Éphémère pop-up shop from Studio Ghibli, from now through December 24th. This pop-up shop will include several hundred items for sale in 100 square meters of space. This year, there will be two special collections dedicated to the 20th anniversary of Spirited Away and the 35th anniversary of Castle in the Sky, the very first Studio Ghibli stamped film. For more information, please head to chateau-ephemer.com, chateau-ephemer.com. If all that excitement makes you want to chill and you're a fan of CBD, you can head to the streetwear brand Tealer's first store dedicated to CBD and or take part in a CBD hunt throughout the streets of Paris beginning October 31st. To participate, take your phone, head to Instagram, and send a treasure map emoji to the tealer.lab account as a private message and await instructions. TEALER.LAB. Then use the clues to sniff out those little plastic bags. For more information, head to tealerlab.com, TEALERLAB.com. Also on October 31st, from noon until 8 p.m., you can celebrate the Day of the Dead with the Marché de los Muertos at Cité Fertile. You'll find Latin American artisans and entrepreneurs selling various products, most of which are handmade, and tons of specialty foods, all set to the live performances of several Latin American musicians. Speaking of food, you can treat yourself to cuisine from Brazil, El Salvador, Colombia, Argentina, Chile, and Mexico. There will be Halloween face painting and a workshop on piñata making for children, and a costume contest for children and adults alike. This event is free, and more information can be found at citéfertile.com, CITEFERTILE.com. Well, after all that, you'd think we'd be ready for November, but nope, not yet. Not until we dance our way through All Hallows Eve with one of the many events in Paris tonight. In an effort to narrow it down, I'll be listing only 3 Halloween soirees here. I did mention a few events in last week's Don't Miss This that extend throughout the weekend in case none of the following appeal. First up, it's just a jump to the left, then a step to the right. With your hands on your hips, you bring your knees in tight. It's the Supersonic Horror Picture Show, where Les Reines du Bal will play the soundtrack of the Rocky Horror Picture Show live, followed by hard rock, glam, psyche rock DJ sets until 6 a.m. Tickets are €5. You must have a health pass, and minors are not permitted. Food will be available for purchase. Come in costume. For more information, please head to supersonic-club.fr, supersonic-club.fr. If that's not quite enough drag for your Halloween, head instead to À la Folie at La Villette, which will hold 2 events in one evening. For the first half, you can enjoy a dinner show featuring the iconic Tim Burton film Beetlejuice, while drag queens like Big Bertha, Morphine Blaze, and Minima Gesté reenact parts of the films before your very eyes. Will there be the famous dinner scene? Why, yes, there will be the famous dinner scene. After dinner, the tables will clear, and then the discoquette Halloween edition with local suicide will begin, mixing drag queen shows and DJ sets. On the drag side, you'll revel in the drag shows of Victoria Lacheuse and Gloria Gay-Pierre, and on the music side, you'll find new wave, wild disco, and EBM, spun by resident DJ XP and the Berlin duo Local Suicide. Health passes are required. Please come in costume. For more information, please head to alafolie.paris, ALAFOLIE.Paris. If, however, you find nothing more terrifying than a high school prom, perhaps Disco Terreur at Pont Éphémère is more your speed. This year, the Palette Pompette Collective is in charge of your last ball. The theme? A prom that turns into a nightmare, replete with cobwebs, bloody animations, karaoke, and glitter makeup stands. You can be joined in unholy matrimony in a wedding space where you can have a death marriage with a priest of the underworld. There will also be a prom king and queen costume contest, bien sûr. Disco Terreur will be open from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., but if you arrive before 11 p.m., they'll give you a free shot. If you arrive fully costumed from head to toe, you will also receive a free shot. For more information, please go to pontephemer.org, pointephemer.org. That one hit a little close to home, so let's head into November. November 1st is Toussaint, or All Saints' Day here in France, a national holiday where many families visit the graves of their departed loved ones and leave flowers. You've likely seen the traditional flowers bursting out from your local florist's front door. November 1st also marks the beginning of the Mois sans tabac, or the tobacco-free month. The idea is that smokers pledge to stop smoking for the month of November, and presumably much longer. When last I looked, 80,213 people had registered for this event. If you register, you'll be given a professional consultation, a kit to help you stop smoking, distractions to keep your mind and hands occupied, and of course, there's an app for that. To learn more, and to treat your lungs to 30 days without poisonous tobacco fumes, please go to moi-sans-tabac.tabac.info.service.fr. That's mois-sans-tabac.tabac.info.service.fr, which must be the least user-friendly URL in the world. Coinciding with our tobacco-free month, November 1st also marks the closing of Paris's temporary outdoor terraces. While many bars and restaurants were granted the privilege of extending their seating out onto the sidewalks, and sometimes even into the streets, in an effort to help their reopenings after the pandemic, these terraces will now be closed for the winter. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. And we're back. Are you a photography lover? If so, the next 2 or possibly 3 events are for you. First up, Photo Days is back for its 2nd edition. From November 2nd to the 30th, more than 70 art venues will feature historical, feminist, documentary, fashion, travel, nude, landscape, absurd, and realistic photography from French and international photographers. The vernissage, or opening, of this event will take place over 3 days, from November 3rd to the 6th, with itineraries that will lead you from one gallery to another over 3 neighborhoods, 1 per day. You'll find works like the films of Thomas Walter at the Jeu de Paume, the virtual reality creation Atlas V from the Perrotin Gallery, and the bringing together of the lynx eyes of Martin Parr and Tony Ray Jones at the Clémentine de la Ferronnière Gallery. For more information and a complete agenda, please go to photodays.paris. From November 4th through December 1st, you can visit the 9th annual Rencontre photographique du 10e arrondissement. As its name implies, this event showcases photographs by amateur or professional photographers in various places throughout the 10th arrondissement, including the town hall, libraries, cultural places, art galleries, and shops. There will also be screenings, workshops, conferences, and artist meetings at more than 30 different events, all to further the goal of making contemporary photography accessible to everyone. This event is free to attend, and more information can be found at rencontrefotoparis10.fr. RENCONTREFOTOPARIS10.fr. Heading a stone's throw away from the 10th arrondissement, you can treat yourself to the 25th annual Porte ouverte des ateliers d'artistes Anvers aux Abbesses from Friday, November 5th through Sunday, November 7th. Artists from Anvers to Abbesse will open their doors to the public. This year, 93 painters, sculptors, photographers, ceramists, and engravers will welcome the public in 49 workshops spread between the 9th and 18th arrondissements of Paris. In addition, there is a competition for artists. The winner from the previous year chooses the format for the following year. 2019's winner, photographer Jean-Luc Debève, has chosen an 18 by 24 centimeter format, and these small formats will be sold to the public for €100. 4 prizes, instead of the usual 2, will be awarded and presented by a jury of experts who will meet shortly before the event. The winner of the first prize will receive an endowment of €200 and a personal exhibition. The public will also be able to vote for their favorite piece and try to win it by drawing lots. For more information and a program, please go to anversauxabesses.fr. That's ANVERSAUXABBESSES.fr. And last but not least, from the 5th through the 21st of November, the Marais of the 14th arrondissement has created the first annual 14e de Fierté, an LGBTQIA plus pride event in the 14th arrondissement. The goal of this festival is to educate the public about the fight against discrimination and to honor the culture and diversity of the identities concerned. The festival's opening will take place on November 5th at 6:30 p.m. at the Cité Internationale Universitaire in Paris. There will be 2 roundtable events this evening. The first on the theme of community, solidarity, parenthood, LGBTQI plus people and the family, and the second on the rights of LGBTQI plus people in France and the world. The rest of the festival will consist of screenings, performances, exhibitions, shows, plays, concerts, and various meetings, particularly literary events. The majority of these events are free. For more information and a full program, please go to quefaire.paris.fr. That's QUEFAIRE.paris.fr. Well, that's it for this week's roundup of Don't Miss This. I hope this week treats you well. If you enjoyed this roundup, please tell a friend. If you venture out to any of the events mentioned in this podcast, please let me know and tag Paris Underground Radio on Facebook or Instagram. And if you think you have an event we should know about, please feel free to email me at hello@parisundergroundradio.com with the subject line, Don't Miss This. I'm your host, Jennifer Garrity. You can find me on all socials at Jennyphoria, JENNYPHORIA. Don't Miss This is produced by me for Paris Underground Radio. For more on Don't Miss This and shows like it, please go to parisundergroundradio.com. Thank you so much for listening, and happy exploring!